Welcome to the Tatum Christian Variety Show, brought to you by Tatum Creative. Your host, Nicholas Tatum, is ready to have fun with you.
Greetings and God bless. Every episode starts with the trivia. The trivia will be answered at the end of the show to give you time to think it over and see if you can get it right. Without further ado, here is your trivia.
Who am I? I climbed a tree just to see Jesus. I was short and I was a tax collector. Who am I?
Welcome to the Triple C Christian Comedy Clips, where I take clips of stand-up comedy from various people in the Bible and share them with you. Today's special is going to be from Joseph of Arimathea.
People, they praise me because I plan on giving Jesus my grave. I mean, even the disciples, they come to me and they came to me before and they talked to me about it. And I'm sure they wanted some wisdom about being selfless and or making sacrifices and such. But I told them straight up because I've been thinking about it for a while. I told them, I said, I just don't see the downside. I mean, listen. I get the favor of God for helping his son. Do you know what kind of favor that is? I know what I would do if somebody helped my son. And if I'm just a man, I can only imagine what he's going to do for me. In fact, let me tell you some of the things that I know that I'm going to be getting here. I mean, my name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life in heaven. In heaven. My story is going to be mentioned in a book that he's going to be coming out with really soon. I mean, it's coming out really soon. I mean, he's still workshopping it, but I think he's calling it the Bible or something like that. It's going to be huge. All the believers are going to read it, and my story's going to be in it. Just huge. And I mean, I didn't tell the disciples this because, I didn't think I should tell them this, but I mean, if I understand it right, and it could be an interpretation thing from me. I mean, maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but if I understand it right, I'm getting all of this, and I don't even have to give up the tomb. If I understand it right, it's only going to be there for 3 days. So, that's basically just borrowing it. I don't even have to give it up. I mean, win-win for me, right? I mean, win-win.
Now it's time for Holy or Common. This is the part of the show where you have 10 seconds to determine whether the phrase I give you next is in the Bible or if it's just a common saying. Here we go. There's nothing new under the sun. Is it in the Bible? People use this all the time to talk about trends, history, or technology. It comes from Ecclesiastes 1:9, so this phrase is from the Bible.
The views expressed in this program do not necessarily represent the views of CWC Digital Radio Network.
Greetings and God bless. Welcome to the program. I'm your host, Nicholas Tatum, and I'm here to have fun with you. Well, maybe you'll learn a little something through my rambling, especially today, because I have with me a special guest, Cathy Comer. Hi, Cathy Comer. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and how about you?
I'm doing absolutely fantastical, if that's actually a word. Is that a word?
I don't think so, but it's okay.
Okay. Well, you understand what I'm talking about, though.
I do.
Okay, as long as you understand what I'm talking about. Hey, today we're going to be talking about something called reframing.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think we're going to talk about. Is that what we're talking about, special guest?
That's what we're talking about today.
Well, what is reframing?
It's actually a different perspective on things. Sometimes the way we look at something makes it worse than what it really is.
Makes it worse? Just looking at something makes it worse?
Oh, yeah. Because if I perceive it as being mean and evil, then I respond mean and evil. But if I perceive it as being something teaching me something or elevating my knowledge, then it becomes a blessing.
Oh, okay. So basically, the way I respond to things is based on the way that I see it. Is that kind of like a one man's trash is one man's treasure type of deal?
Oh, yeah, that's it exactly.
Oh, wow. I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah.
So what kind of things are we talking about here? Do you have any examples?
I want to share a story with you. There was this man and his children, and they got on public transportation. And when they got on the transportation, the man took the closest seat. He just sat down as soon as he got on. It was crowded, so the kids had to go and sit with other people. And as they went to sit with other people, the people tried to calm them. Baby, you okay? And you all right? They were snotting and crying, and it got annoying after a while.
Sounds like a fun ride.
The people that they were sitting next to started looking at each other. And then finally, one man was brave enough to go and talk to the father, because something needed to be done. These kids crying and snotting and all over the place. Now, let me stop you right there. What is your mind saying to you right now about the situation?
Well, I mean, with kids crying, I don't really have a whole lot to say, but I'm probably that guy that got up and actually said something. That's just normally me. I'm the one that's going to say something.
So he gets up and he goes to the father and he says, "Excuse me, sir, but are you aware that your children are all crying and they're all climbing all up and down on the seats and stuff?" And the father said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware. You see, we just left the hospital. I lost my wife and they lost their mother." Now, your mind did a complete paradigm shift, didn't it?
I mean, thanks for the guilt trip. Like, how am I supposed to respond to that? They're still climbing on the seats and making noise on public transportation, but how am I supposed to respond to that? I look like the jerk.
Because when you reframe it, you see it from a beneficial point of view. You don't see the negativisms that are in it. It's always an opportunity to grow, to learn, to see a different perspective.
I can see I would shift to comfort mode in that particular instance, because that's not something that's easy to deal with. And hearing that he just lost his wife and they lost their mother is kind of a concerning issue. Even though taking care of those kids is a concerning issue as well, but I could see how I would switch my mind over.
Yeah, because it'd be okay for them to cry now. They lost their mother. It would be okay for him to be oblivious to them because he lost his wife. And it just happened. So he's still processing. But reframing from a Christian perspective, it's more about getting in tune with how God sees things.
Ah, okay. That's one of my topics there. Give me your eyes, God.
Yeah, because you see, we come from such a small little viewpoint. And here's this magnanimous God who knows all, who sees all, who's in all, who understands it all. So his vision and his viewpoint is quite different from ours.
Absolutely. Here. We can't even understand his.
Not at all.
Now, without the use of the Spirit, of course, because the Spirit searches all things, including the very mind of God. And that's the only way we even have a glimpse into what God is thinking or how he's operating. But that's still just a small portion of the picture.
Yeah, but it's key. And it's key because without the Spirit, just like you just said, we would never even get close to what God is thinking. We're naturally full of pride. We're naturally full of rebellion. This is just natural ways we are without the Spirit. But once you start going in saying, "Father, I want to see it the way you see it. I know that you work all things together for my good. Help me to focus on the good that's in this."
Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying here just a little bit, but I'm not sure that we're conveying it exactly as succinctly as we could so that the audience can understand it. Is there any other type of example or anything else we can use, or using me as an example or yourself as an example? Is there something that you can show me how reframing is actually practical and beneficial to me? How would I actually apply this?
I'm going to give you a recent example. I recently went through some sickness, and I have a little brother who loves me. And what he did was he began to tell me all the things that I was going to need to do as if I didn't know.
What does that mean?
He'd say, "Well, you're going to have to not drink so much water, and you're going to have to watch your salt intake, and and all." But do you want to know the truth about it? My flesh was annoyed. But if I reframed it, I would hear what he wasn't saying. And it was, "I love you. I'm trying to tell you everything I can tell you so that you can be better and you can stay around a little while."
You know, he might want his sister to live a little bit longer type of deal, right?
That's That's what that was altogether. I love you.
But I can't see how that would be annoying when people give you the advice that you already know as if you don't know it. And especially if it's something that you don't want to do. You already know I don't want to do it. So you think repeating it to me is going to make me feel better about it? Yeah, I can see how that would be annoying.
It's annoying.
But I do see what you're saying here. So instead of just considering it annoying and moving on with the rest of my life, I need to look at it for what it really was. And that was his way of saying I love you.
I love you. And I'm trying to keep you here as long as I can.
Right. So if I'm thinking it's annoying, the way that I respond is going to be, you know what? I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to you no more.
But if I think about it as if I love you is what he's actually saying, then I have a slightly different response. Well, not slightly, probably a drastically different response.
You got it.
How do you hold on to it? I mean, I may know it, and I know it now that you said it, but how do I hang on to it so that I can make the proper response?
Because God says, cast down those vain imaginations. If it's coming to you and it's going to take your peace, it's going to take your joy, it's going to take your hope, any of that, that's not from God. That's not of God. That's not the right way to think. Your mind says, oh, well, God allowed it. And if he allowed it, it's going to bless me. So let me find the good that's in this.
Oh, that's right, because we can trust God with everything.
Everything.
So what you're saying, that kind of, I mean, I was going to ask you about the limits of this technique, but with you saying that, it sounds almost unlimited. So I know some pretty big situations that people can go through out there. And I'm kind of wondering, does it apply to those really big situations as well?
With reframing, the first step that you have to do when you're going to reframe is you're going to have to not see yourself as a victim. You're going to have to see every situation as a situation that could only get to you if God allowed it. And if God allowed it, he had a purpose. He's teaching me something. He's showing me something. I'm not a victim. I am learning something. The next thing is you have to be able to fall in love with truth. See, sometimes we see the truth, but we candy coat it and flour it up and do all kinds of other things to it. And then it's no longer the truth. But we've got to find the truth and fall in love with it. Remember, Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and then the next thing that you have to do, you have to investigate. You have to take some time and think about the situation. It's not going to be like turning a light switch on and off. It's not like that. You're going to take some time and you're going to be thoughtful with the Holy Spirit as your guide.
Okay. So, I mean, using the Holy Spirit and taking away that whole victim mentality deal, I can see how that would apply to just about every situation. Would you say that you'll always find something positive in those situations if you look hard enough?
You may not be able to immediately see the benefit, but as life goes on, you'll be able to say, oh, that's what that was. Oh, I see, God, what you were saying. But you're open. You're not closed. You're not a victim. You're not negative. You're not bitter. You're not angry. You have a fruitful perspective.
Yeah, a more fruitful perspective. Because God calls us to produce fruit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Well, I thank you for this time. I'm sorry that it's such a short amount of time. There's so much more we can go into about reframing, but you have a book all about reframing just in case they want more, right?
Oh, yeah. Got steps in it on how to do it. It's called Let's Reframe It. You can find it on Amazon.
All right. So go out there right now and look for Let's Reframe It by Cathy Comer. Thank you for joining me on the program today.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. I hope to have you back sometime soon. Hey, if you enjoyed any portions of this show, you might find yourself interested in my book series. The Jesus Freak book series is a 4-book series that'll help you get deeper in your faith through story and action. You can find out more about it at www.officialjesusfreak.com. And you can also reach me at info@officialjesusfreak.com. Be sure to use TCVS or Tatum Christian Variety Show as the subject line. Until next time, trust God with the impossible and live your faith boldly. Here's the answer for your trivia today. I'm sorry that I kept you waiting, but let's see how you did.
Who am I? I climbed a tree just to see Jesus. I was short and I was a tax collector. Who am I? The answer is Zacchaeus.
Did you get the answer right? This has been the Tatum Christian Variety Show, brought to you by Tatum Creative. Your host, Nicholas Tatum, wants you to have a blessed week.